Hello, YouTube. I've bought this LIMA 254 tank engine as spare and repair from YouTube, and let's just see whether it's working or not. There's literally nothing happening here. This means let's have a look and see what's wrong with this little engine. So now we can take the chassis out. The weights show signs of oxidation. As you can tell, it's a bit grayish. This one, problem is it can become very brittle. So this one is still intact, should be fine. Then let's take the second one away. Now, yes, comes out smoothly. Well, I'll apply some DC current to the motor just to see whether the motor is running at all or not. Something is moving. Maybe I have to increase the voltage at the beginning a little bit. Let's go up to maximal 12 volt. So at 12 volt, the motor itself seems to be working well in both directions. So the motor is not the issue with this machine, which is quite reassuring. Let's look into this in a little bit more in detail. So I probably have still to unscrew the motor. So now the motor has fallen out. Brilliant. And with the motor has fallen out one screw, the motor, which you don't have to touch because it's working. The screw, and this little piece has fallen out as well. Right, so let's see. This piece must have broken off here. So I told you it's brittle material, so I think this is broken off. Well, this can't be glued together or soldered, or, well, I can't do that. Let's see what we have here. Here is a pickup. There's a pickup wire here coming out. This is, they normally have a spring in here, but here should be another one, and here should be another one. And this clearly seems not to do the job properly. So some of the electricity is picked up from these wheels, and some will be picked up from the rear 6 wheels. I have to think what I could do in order to get this running again. But, I think one thing one could do is just make a new block, maybe with pewter, but I don't have this. So I thought what I have is I have got some copper foil. So maybe if I put a copper plate down there and new springs, maybe this could do the job. Got it, 2mm springs. I hope they fit into there. They're a bit too strong for what I need them for. As you can tell, they just fall over immediately. These are compression springs. I tried to find more or less the middle, cut it in half, so I've got 2 pieces. And I will now take these and put them in here. I basically just need a thin piece of a strip of metal which goes all the way through at the bottom. Just basically covers this here. So I take the copper sheet and cut a thin strip of copper away. That's probably too long already. Let's see whether it's the correct width. So it fits just about. That's still a little bit too thick, but on the other hand, I'd like it to just be in place, so it doesn't have to come out. Doesn't come out again. Put this little copper strip here, down there. Now let's see where we have to make some holes. So I'll pinch them through from the other side. I hope I can see the pinch sides. So another big one here for the screw and another one for the pickup. So in total we should make 4 holes. Let's make the first one here, right? Then the second one here. The third one is the bigger one. It's for the screw. Let me see. Oh, it's here. And the last one is again for a pickup, which will be here. Brilliant. So let's make this a bit larger because the lead pieces need to fit into it. In the springs in. It's a bit fiddly. Be nice if they were a bit larger, but I don't have larger springs, and just see whether it works like this. Then we have to put this down here. Clearly the springs are working. Now let's press it down. Let's see whether this does the job. Not quite. in place. Now this here obviously will have to be connected to the motor. One of the two motor poles. We can also place the last cogwheel, because if the cogwheel doesn't fit, then it's not a very useful job. So what happens now? Can I still turn the wheels? Yeah, see yes, it needs to be properly pushed down. Yeah, so it needs to be a bit thinner. Right, I think that's much better. So in terms of where do we connect the motor, so obviously it should be conducting, but to be on the safe side, I will just flip this over here. So this goes down neatly now. Where it's supposed to go down. Well, not quite. Right. probably a bit too thick. So you can see a little bit more wear on one side, and these are the ones where the electricity conducts. I think you can appreciate this. Here it's, well, this is from, these are where the electricity has been transmitted, and these is where the traction tires are supposed to be, and they're missing. So here we have pickup on one side. This will be here. Let's see whether the engine now picks up energy. Let's put the brushes in place. The motor is not connected yet. One of the cogwheels is still missing. Let's see whether this makes any difference in terms of... so it's still no pickup. Let's wait for... Ready? So there is now at least pickup, that's sorted. Now let's see if we manage to put in the cogwheel. I was thin, but let's have a go. Let's see whether we managed to. Yeah. So there's some life in the machine, in this engine. Well, it's not perfect. It's far from perfect, but so in order to check which tires are picking up electricity, I will connect. Well, I'll just connect the whole thing here on the screw and see which one is picking up. So this wheel seems now to be okay. This one too. And this one too. So all the pickups seem to work fine. Now let's see where I can put some new traction tires onto this here. Before we put it back on track, we give the wheels, the pickup wheels, a last clean. So these ones here at the back, the front. I use these homemade brushes. I have a video for it a little bit in the attachment. And now, last but not least, this was quite a bit of work, and definitely one of the spare or repairs which is harder to handle, but overall this is the end result. Pretty convincing. Thanks for watching.